clear in how I characterize this. This is mostly a protest. It is not generally speaking unruly, but fires have been started. And
first thing I want to make perfectly clear: this has been almost entirely peaceful. In fact, completely peaceful.
It's been a mostly peaceful protest, but then they chose to move in.
Many of these protests have been largely peaceful.
Mostly peaceful.
Mostly peaceful.
Mostly peaceful.
Yeah. All right, I'm Ted.
Clint.
Oh yeah, Clint. So it's 2020. Yep. It's September 17th. We're just kind of doing an update. There's a lot of civil unrest, mixture of protests, riots going on, property damage, people losing their lives, as well as general just everyday stuff with COVID lockdown, expensive ammo. It's kind of affected the way we have EDC backpacks and stuff. Today's video, we're just going to kind of focus on our pockets and what's in it, which not a lot has changed to our pockets, but just to have a baseline of, hey, this is what we carry. You know, with the riots and the property damage, violent crime across the country, the top 25 cities have experienced about a 16-17% jump in homicides and shootings. Property damage, there's been 2 billion as of July. It's now September, so maybe 3 billion somewhere up. About this time, somewhere around 3 billion. So there's just a few things, you know, you gotta, in any situation, you gotta be ready to make holes, plug holes, and then your mission essential task, which is if that's, hey, I gotta carry my phone so I can communicate, gotta have my wallet so I can pay for stuff, gotta have keys so I can drive places. That's your mission essential gear. As far as making holes, we didn't clear beforehand, we'll clear on camera. As far as making holes, what I'm carrying these days is the Glock 19 in a T.Rex Arms Sidecar, and it is hot. I am running 15+1 Magpul, Magwell, coffee table stippling, Trijicon night sights, kind of want some fiber optics, 17 round spare. I do have a weapon light. I'll clear. The pipe fell.
Yep, you're good.
7A. Nice 600 lumen, something like that, weapon light. It is a little yellow, but the throw is really nice for a handgun light. Magwell's still minimal, just a nice handgun. Cheap range mags, runs 9mm. You can get it in Glock 23 if you want 40. You know, it's 2020. Ammo's a little cheaper. I won't hate on you too much for it. It's just, it's not too expensive of a handgun. It puts holes really nice where I want it. I'm used to the Captain Crunch trigger. Did some, you know, it's cheap enough that I'll do some coffee table stippling, which is actually what this is, with some coffee table undercuts with a Dremel, which if you were to see the close-up, I'm not going to show you a close-up. It's very much coffee table Dremel job, very ugly.
Use your imagination.
But functional, flush fit, you know, everything's simple about it. Everything's nice, it presents. It's what I've shot, it's what I'm used to, Glock 19. And as far as ammo, just running some basic 115 or maybe 124 grain Fiocchi jacketed hollow points. You can get them, well, I say you can get them, you could get them for about $15, $16 per 50 round box. So I've got 15+1 plus 17, so 30 some rounds. Not too shabby.
Yeah, very similar setup for myself. I said it's still hot for me. Only difference in the holster wise, very similar type holster. Both carry an appendix. He has the T.Rex Arms. I have a Tier 1 concealed. This is the Axis Slim model, I believe. And it's the newer version. It had an older version, but it's a little bit newer, so there's a different design in there. Love this holster. They're both great. I think his is a lot cheaper. How much is the T.Rex Arms?
So you can use discount codes for their Kydex, like Warrior Poet, John Lovell's code. So it comes out at like 126 for a light bearing holster, about 104 for a standard holster if you don't have a light, if you're just running like a handheld, something
cheaper
like that.
Than Tier 1. Yeah. Both
expensive. Both expensive, but you get what you pay for.
Ones. Yeah. So here, mags. Currently, I'm just running both. They were standard 15 round mag. I've not changed it out yet. I would like to get a base plate for the spare mag. That's in the future. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear real quick though. If you will, just to make sure I'm good.
Good.
Yep. Cool. All right. Then the Glock itself. Right. This is a Gen 5 Glock 19. TLR1 on there, pretty simple, good. Now granted, TLR7, you could go back and forth, but that's what I had, so I put it on there and it works. Definitely changed the sights out on the Glock. I do have the Mariglow night sights, really enjoy that, and great sight. And everything else is stock on this Glock. I enjoy it. I also have a Gen 3, which has a coffee table stippling job as well. But I'm sure we'll do a video sometime in the future as to why we carry the Glock 19 and Glock in general. Currently not do that right now. But we'll go
Short answer, they're not expensive and the aftermarket is amazing.
That's basically it.
And
they go boom when I need them to go
they're
boom.
lightweight, they're small for what they are, they're small.
Yeah.
Next, civil unrest, particularly if you don't want to aim that TLR7 or that TLR1, or if you're a surefire kind of guy, X300 Ultra, whatever acronym they throw at it or something. They're not really acronyms, just long names and letters and stuff. But so if you don't want to aim that at someone because you're like, hey, everyone's wearing masks and everyone's crowding these streets, so long as the protest is for a certain thing, that's okay. But if you don't want to aim it at them, some sort of handheld light, being as I do have a weapon light, I don't really have a tactical handheld light. This is just the Olight S2R baton. Got quite a bit of use out of this thing. 18650 rechargeable, which is magnetic rechargeable, so I just carry a little USB Olight thing that just slaps to the end of that and recharges it in a couple hours or whatever. Really simple clip, just goes muzzle up, I guess it's muzzle. Somewhere around 1,000 lumens on the turbo, but it does have this nice little moonlight mode as well as just typical low, medium, high. Even on the low mode, I think you get several days of light output at about 12, 15 lumens or something like that. Perfect for walking the dog or if you're camping and you don't want to have too much light output, you know, some sort of light discipline. Pretty good. Had it for over a year at this point. I've recharged it maybe 4 times, and I think only one of those it was actually dimming. Other than that, it was just preemptive. Solid light's a little heavy, but it'll take CR123s in a pinch, and it's rechargeable, so common battery and easy to recharge.
I got the Streamlight Micro Stream I carry. This is the version that does have the USB port to charge, so I prefer that. If not, I mean, AA's or whatever the other one carries, AA, AAA, whatever it is, it's super easy and common. I just love a rechargeable one. I don't have to keep buying them, don't have to worry about corrosion. Very simple, it's just got one output, but it's a little smaller, a little bit lighter. It's just what I got, it's what I like. It works for me. But it's good to have one for sure, like I said. Weapon light's nice, but having something for everything else that doesn't require a weapon with light is really cool to have.
And you don't get in trouble for, well, you don't usually get in trouble for shining it at people.
Usually.
Next up, next tool kind of item I have is a pocket knife. I'm not a big pocket knife guy. I like when they're smooth and they cut stuff and they fit in my pocket, and that's what this one does. It's just a Ethan Grau, something like that, some sort of Chinese one, but they have some pretty good designs. That's the 223 model, I believe. I don't know if that's a coincidence. This is a D2 steel, supposedly. It actually does hold an edge pretty well. I do think it's a little nicer than 8CR 13 MOV, at least as far as edge retention. It does take a little longer to get that edge back, and then it's not quite as sharp, but it holds it for pretty long. So I've sharpened this one maybe 2 times in the last 10 months to a year, however long I've had it. I've used it to cut through like wet fabric as well as just marshmallow skewers, whatever. It does the job. It's $20. I can't complain.
Yeah, a little bit, I guess, nicer knife or more expensive knife, whatever. The Spyderco Tenacious here. This model is the one with the 8CR13. Granted, like I said, it's softer, so the pros and cons are softer, easier to sharpen, but will go dual faster. But it's worked for me. I've had it for 2 or 3 years. I just like it. It's a pretty simple knife, fits the pocket light. I do love the way it fits in the hand, just the thumb ramp, it feels great. It's my first Spyderco, but I think I'm gonna stick with them. I've been really happy with the Spyderco knife, and I probably would upgrade to a nicer steel in it, but for I think like $60 on Amazon, not a bad way to go if you just want a cheaper-ish knife to carry, if you're not want to spend $100 on a knife. But also $20, not bad either.
Just going through front pockets just because they're mostly empty. Wallet is another thing that everyone carries. If they don't, they at least have a card, or maybe they have like the chip in their hand, whatever people are going to. Just do cards on one side, IDs on the other, things I don't have to access in the middle. It's got that thick elastic band. This is just some random Amazon wallet. Pretty easy to get to stuff. You just hold on to what you don't and peel out what you need. Probably like $15, just aluminum, simple wallet.
Also the random Amazon wallet, just a different setup, right? It's still kind of a slimmer profile wallet. Only difference is it's leather, and that's basically it. It holds cards and it holds cash. That's what I need it to do, and it does that job. So that's basically it for me.
Next thing, which I also don't really care about too much, is my keys, which I have a Night Ice carabiner. Has a bottle opener, that's about it. It's a set of keys.
I have a set of keys which opens doors for me.
And then lastly, for on-body carry, I carry a SWAT T tourniquet. I do not believe this is the best tourniquet by any means. I think the Cat and Soft T are both superior. But as far as being able to carry it in the back pocket or front pocket, it's about the size of a regular wallet. Smaller than a lot of trifolds and stuff like that. It's not very good for self-application, but it is functional. It's better than the rats in my mind. You don't get that compartmentalization syndrome where you kind of poison yourself. Pretty simple to use. Is it strong enough to use on a leg? Yeah, you just got to do it really tight. Is it easy to self-apply on an arm? Not really, but it's something. For anything more than that, I have an EDC bag that's got more medical gear, as does Clint, and we'll go over that in a separate video. More extensive medical gear, particularly civil disturbance, just what's nice to have to plug holes. This is not a whole lot. But we'll link to that, and we'll probably have a follow-up, more of what we keep in our truck, more of what we keep in our bag, more of what we keep at the house kind of thing. Just
don't carry it on us, but it's super important.
Just trying to survive 2020.
Yeah, that's it.
Go Biden. Bernie, someone. Just don't flag my channel. Oh, belt. Yeah, belt.
Oh, sure, yeah.
T.Rex Arms Nova. I'm not going to take it off because I have the lapel mic threaded through my belt loops, but it is just a Cobra buckle. I run it off to the side just because I appendix carry and it creates less bulk, but it's a pretty rigid belt. It is significantly more comfortable than the Dickies leather belt I've had for the past 2 years, and I really like the black with OD green. It's
nice. I do like that. I have a Rogue American Apparel leather belt. So not the best, right? Pretty flexible. It's been worn. I just had it. It's been out for like 2-3 years. Gonna be switching to the Blue Force Gear. I got their 2-belt system for the their battle belt. What is it? It's like the Molly belt, whatever. 2-belt system.
Warrior Poet
belt. Actually, yeah, I got it from him, which is the same thing at Blue Force Gear. I just labeled branded Warrior Poet. It has the inner belt though, which is like their EDC belt. So I'm gonna try that out, see how I like it. I'll probably just be rocking that EDC belt for a while, but we'll see.
Oh, one more thing, watches. This is another thing I don't care about so long as it works. I can shower with it, I can sleep with it. I don't really feel it, and it can fit under the sleeves of, if these sleeves were down, it would fit under that. That's really all I care about, and that it uses a common battery. This is a Casio F-91W. The Indiglow on it kind of sucks. It only lights about halfway. But at night, it's dark enough that actually you can see all the numbers. Super slim, and I don't notice it. So it was like 11 bucks. Goodbye.
I have the a little bit more fancy just because I have it, right? It's the G-Shock. This is the, what they call it? I think it's called the Range Man, I believe, on the back of it. Like 300 bucks. Kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's called the Range Man. It does a bunch of different stuff. It's got like the satellite stuff to it, compass on it. I have not used this near enough, right? And we've done some stuff in our lives. It's just not been worth it. Not like, I mean, I could, for the compass that it gives you, I could see the sun, and the sun will tell me where I'm at. It's not pretty decent. I'd much rather go with a $10 Casio, which I have one, and I just wear this because I have it, but it's lighter and slimmer, less snagging. This is bulky and heavy, and it's just not the way to go anymore, really. I mean, there's new watches out there with much better technology. I just got it, so I'll wear it, but slimmer, better, probably the way to go.
But if you've got it, you're not spending any more money to use it. And
wear it,
if
whatever.
you're diving, it's got a little more. This is probably something like, I don't know, maybe 30 meters water resistant. So
yeah, this is extremely durable.
if you were to go diving, go in some waterfalls or something like that, I'd probably switch back to my old G-Shock. But so this is just what we carry. We'll have links to some of it down below just so you can find it. Stuff like the knife. It's not really a popular knife, or the Olight, just because it's easy to find on Amazon. But there's so many different baton 2s, rechargeable, non-rechargeables. We'll link to some of that. We'll also put some links to the holsters, just companies that we like. People like Tier 1, and then guys like Lucas Botkin at T.Rex Arms. They're just companies that are extremely pro 2A, so we try to support them anytime we can. All right, look for us in the next video. Have a good one.
Next dance video, we'll teach you how to.
Go ahead and turn
Everyone
off the,
in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.